She flew back from America pretending to be deported, just to test her family's love. But what they did when they thought she was broke will break your heart.
Welcome to our channel, Story Lovers. We love having you here. Before we continue with this intriguing story, please subscribe and turn on notification bell so you can get notified whenever we drop new stories. Now enjoy.
Morning light crept gently through the curtains of a small house tucked at the far end of Yumun's village. The air carried the familiar smells of firewood smoke and fried akara from a neighbor's compound. Inside the house, Amanda sat cross-legged on the floor, a math textbook open before her. Her pencil moved quickly across a sheet of paper, solving quadratic equations she already knew by heart. School had closed months ago, but her love for learning didn't stop. She read everything she could find: newspapers, old textbooks, even biscuit wrappers if they had enough English on them. Amanda wasn't like the others in her village. She had the kind of brain that remembered everything after one read. Teachers often said, "This girl is going places." And truly, Amanda believed it too. She dreamed of going to university, of wearing black robes, studying law, standing in courtrooms and speaking big English like the lawyers she admired on TV. But even the brightest dreams can shrink when poverty knocks too loudly. One evening, her parents sat her down. Her father cleared his throat the way he always did when he had difficult things to say. "Amanda, you know we love you," he began. Her mother reached out, holding her hand. "But we just can't afford to send you to university. The fees, the feeding, the accommodation, there's no way we can manage it." Amanda didn't speak. She simply nodded. The room felt smaller. Her dreams folded quietly inside her, like a gown tucked away in a forgotten trunk. That night, she didn't touch her books. The next week, her mother took her to Auntie Rose's shop. It was a modest space near the market square, always buzzing with the sound of sewing machines and customers arguing about measurements. "She will start learning work," her mother told her sister. "At least she can build something for herself." Amanda didn't argue. If life had handed her thread and fabric instead of books and pens, then she would make the most of it. And she did. Within months, Amanda's fingers became quick and steady. She didn't just learn sewing. She studied it the way she once studied algebra. Her aunt was amazed. "This girl, are you sure you've not done this before?" she'd often say. Amanda started sewing clothes for her mother, simple wrappers and tops. Her little sister wore her handmade gowns to church with a pride that showed in her walk. And Ada, her childhood friend, became her biggest fan. "You need to see the way Amanda sews, eh? Even Lagos tailors go learn work." Life became simple but satisfying, until everything changed again. The village buzzed with news. Chief Akoli's daughter was getting married. The wedding would be grand. Guests were flying in from Lagos, Abuja, and even the United States. The whole village turned into a festival ground. Drummers were hired. Giant tents were set up. The chief's compound was painted fresh. Amanda didn't think much of it. She was busy sewing a blouse for Ada's cousin when Ada stormed into the shop one afternoon, breathless. "You won't believe what happened," she shouted, scattering spools of thread on the floor. Amanda looked up, amused. "What again?" "One of the bride's friends, she came in from America. The designer she paid in Lagos messed up her asibi. Big money-o. The thing is a disaster. She's looking for someone who can sew fast. Like 2 days fast." Amanda laughed. So, Ada grinned. "I told them about you." Amanda blinked. "Wait, you told them I can sew for them?" "Yes, nah. I told them you're the best tailor in this village. They didn't believe me at first, but they're desperate. They said they'll come and see you this evening." Amanda stared at the dress she was working on. Her heart beat a little faster. 2 days. An American guest. A ruined asibi. This was not her usual village customer asking for blouse and wrapper. This was something else. And just before sunset, a sleek car rolled to a stop in front of the shop. A tall woman stepped out, skin smooth like glass, braids flowing down her back, long nails, and a sharp, skeptical look in her eyes. "You're the tailor?" she asked. Amanda stood. "Yes." The woman folded her arms. "I need a dress. My flight was stressful. The designer in Lagos ruined mine. I have 2 days. Can you deliver?" Amanda paused, then nodded with quiet confidence. "Yes, I can." The tall, stylish woman in her late 20s stood in front of Amanda's work table, holding a ruined dress with a frustrated frown. "I can't wear this thing to the wedding," she snapped. "It cost me more than 200,000 naira. The zip is broken, the neckline is crooked, and just look at the stitching." Ada, who had been with Amanda, stood nearby, quietly listening. The moment she heard the woman's voice rise, she stepped forward without thinking. "Don't worry, Auntie," she said confidently. "My friend Amanda can fix it. She sews very well." The woman gave Ada a long look, then slowly looked Amanda up and down. Amanda, in her skirt and t-shirt, didn't look like much. The woman raised an eyebrow. You can sew this material? Overnight?" Amanda nodded. "Yes, I can." The woman sighed. "I don't have a choice. If you spoil it, I'll know who to blame." She handed over the Asibi fabric and gave her measurements with sharp words and a tired tone. Amanda listened quietly, her mind already planning the stitches, the curves, the cut. As soon as the woman left, she got to work. She didn't sleep that night. The old sewing machine hummed steadily under the dim yellow light bulb, the needle dancing like it had a life of its own. By morning, the dress was ready. Ada gasped when she saw it. "Amanda, this is fine. No be juju be this." Even Amanda smiled. The dress shimmered like something from a fashion magazine. Clean stitches, perfect shape, elegant finish. It was her best work yet. When the woman returned to pick up the dress, she stared at it for a long time, mouth slightly open. "You did this?" she asked. Amanda nodded again. The woman said nothing at first. Then she smiled, a small, surprised smile, and reached for her purse. "This is excellent work. You saved me." She pulled out some cash and handed it to Amanda. "Take this. And please, give me your number." Just like that, she left. And life slowly returned to normal. Amanda kept sewing for her usual customers, church aunties, teachers, and young girls preparing for weddings. Days became weeks. Weeks stretched into months. Then one afternoon, her small phone rang. The number was strange, long, and unlike any Nigerian number. Amanda answered, her heart racing. "Amanda?" the voice asked. "Yes, who is this?" "It's Sandra, the lady you sewed for during the chief's daughter's wedding. I work with a fashion company here in the U.S. A spot just opened. We're looking for someone talented. It's a junior position, but there's training and sponsorship. Would you be interested in coming over?" Amanda nearly dropped the phone. She didn't answer immediately. That night, she spoke to her parents. They sat in the same spot where they once told her university was impossible. "America," her mother said softly, eyes wide. Her father was quiet. "Will you be safe? Do you know anyone there?" "I'll be working and learning," Amanda explained. "Sandra said she'll help me settle in. There's a small house close to the fashion center. I just have to show them I'm serious." It took days of prayers, discussions, and tears before her parents finally gave their blessing. The process was long. Papers, interviews, visa application. But Sandra helped every step of the way. And a few months later, Amanda stood at the airport, dressed in her best trouser and t-shirt, holding a passport and a bag. The flight was long, and the cold in the US slapped her as soon as she stepped out of the airport. But she didn't complain. Work wasn't easy. Amanda had to wake early, stand for hours, and learn new styles. The machines were different, the designs more complex. But she paid attention. She asked questions. She studied hard. There were days she cried alone in her small room. She missed her family. She missed the warm sun and the smell of akara from Mama and Nkechi's shop. But she stayed focused. And every month, she sent money back home. Her parents fixed the leaking roof. Her younger siblings returned to school. Even Ada, who finally got admission into the university, found a sponsor in Amanda. "I don't know what I did to deserve a friend like you," Ada said over a phone call. Amanda smiled, tears in her eyes. "You believed in me first." And so, the village girl with calloused fingers and a sharp eye for design kept sewing, learning, and growing, one stitch, one challenge, and one dream at a time. It started like a harmless hi in her Facebook inbox. Amanda was folding clothes at her desk after another long day at the fashion studio in New Jersey when she saw the message. The name made her pause. Gabriel Okocha. That name carried memories of secondary school, and of her quiet crush on the boy who once defended her when a teacher wrongly accused her of cheating. She smiled. "Hi Amanda," the message read. "I don't know if you still remember me." Of course she did. One reply turned into another. They exchanged numbers. Soon, they were speaking every day. Gabriel, now based in Lagos, said he worked in tech and had plans of starting his own company. Amanda shared her own journey too, how tailoring took her from a village shop to the United States. "You always had that light in you," Gabriel said once during a late-night call. "I knew you'd go far." He made her laugh. He remembered her birthday. When she was stressed, he sent voice notes filled with encouragement. They grew closer, and before long, they started calling each other babe. "I'm not perfect," Gabriel once said, "but with you by my side, I feel like I can build something strong." Amanda believed him. He started asking for little things, a new phone to help his business, some money to pay for a short course, then rent. Amanda sent it all. She was working hard, yes, but she never hesitated to help. This was the man she planned to build a life with. They even spoke about marriage. So when her company informed her of an assignment in Lagos, she was overjoyed. "I'll finally see you," she told him. He sounded excited too, but strangely nervous. Amanda arrived in Lagos quietly, not telling her family yet. She wanted her first surprise to be Gabriel. She went straight to the address he once called our future home. It was a quiet, neat bungalow in Surulere. She knocked. A young woman opened the door, heavily pregnant, with a toddler tugging at her wrapper. "Yes?" the woman asked. Amanda froze. I'm looking for Gabriel." The woman narrowed her eyes. "He's my husband." "Who are you?" Amanda's hands went cold. Gabriel came out moments later, carrying a baby bottle. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. "Amanda," he whispered. She just stared. She didn't cry. Not yet. She nodded slowly, turned around, and walked away. She took the next bus to her village. Something inside her had broken, not just from Gabriel's betrayal, but from the silence that followed. No calls. No messages. It was like she had never existed. She stared out the window as the dusty roads blurred past. If Gabriel, who claimed to love me, could lie, what about my family? Did they truly love me or only what I gave them? Amanda made a decision. She would go home pretending to be deported. The first day, there was shock. Her mother, Ngozi, dropped her broom when Amanda walked into their compound with just a small bag. "Amanda, is this you?" she asked, eyes wide. "You didn't even call. What happened?" Amanda sighed. "It's a long story, Mama. I'll explain later. Her father, Okonkwo, was sitting under the mango tree, chewing kola nut. You came empty-handed? He asked. Amanda just nodded. They gave her the old room behind the kitchen. No one said much. By the third day, whispers had begun. Her younger sister, Chioma, didn't even greet her. She came back just like that. No boxes, no clothes, not even chewing gum. Did she run away from America? Her brother Kalechi laughed. Nah, deportation. Can't you see? America swallowed her and spat her back out. Ada came visiting on the fourth day and hugged Amanda tightly. But the rest of the house stayed cold. The food became smaller. Once, her mother gave her just plain yam and water while everyone else had stew. Mama, is there no soup? Amanda asked gently. Soup is for people who bring something to the table, her mother replied. Amanda didn't argue. By the sixth day, her father called her for a talk. You're a grown woman now, he said, eyes fixed on the farm across the road. We don't have space for idle people here. You've eaten and rested. Now, go and find your life. Amanda looked at him, stunned. Papa, I'm your daughter. Yes, but even birds leave their mother's nest to find food. You too, go. That night, she lay on her thin mattress and stared at the cracked ceiling. No tears came, only silence. The next morning, she quietly packed her bag and walked to Ada's house. Ada opened the door and hugged her tight again. You didn't call, Ada said. What happened? Amanda smiled weakly. I had nowhere else to go. You'll stay here, Ada said firmly. Forget what anyone says. You are my sister. Ada's family didn't have much, but they had love. Her mother gave Amanda rice and beans, hot and smoky with palm oil. Her father, a retired schoolteacher, told stories in the evening that made everyone laugh. Her younger brothers gave Amanda their best chair whenever she wanted to sit. That first night, Amanda slept on the same mattress as Ada. They lay side by side like sisters. You'll be fine, Ada whispered before they drifted off to sleep. You're not alone. Amanda smiled. For the first time in weeks, her heart felt warm. Days passed. Amanda didn't talk much. She helped in the house, swept the compound, fetched water, and followed Ada to the tailoring shop where Ada now worked. She's the one who taught me, Ada proudly told her co-workers. Amanda is a star. Amanda just smiled quietly. One evening, after dinner, Amanda and Ada sat outside on a wooden bench under the stars. There was a soft breeze. Ada, Amanda said slowly, I need to tell you the truth. Ada turned to look at her, curious. I wasn't deported, Amanda said. I lied. Ada's eyes widened. What? Amanda nodded. I only came home because someone broke my heart, and I wanted to know who really cared about me when I had nothing. Ada blinked in surprise. Wait, so you're not broke? Amanda shook her head. Not at all. I actually got promoted the same week I came here. My salary is now double what it was before. Ada's mouth fell open. You mean all this time? Amanda smiled. Yes, and there's more. I told my company about you, how smart, kind, and hardworking you are. They were impressed. They're ready to sponsor you and offer you a job in the U.S. Ada gasped. She covered her mouth with her hands. Amanda, are you serious? Amanda nodded, her eyes shining. Ada screamed. Mama! Papa! Come-o! Her parents rushed out, thinking something was wrong. She wants to take me to America. Ada shouted, tears running down her cheeks. She told her company about me. Amanda laughed as Ada's mother grabbed her in a hug, shouting, Jehovah! God, I thank you! Her father held Amanda's hands. You are an angel in human skin." That night, they celebrated with what they had: fried plantain, roasted groundnuts, cold sachets of Zobo. There was laughter, music from a small radio, and dancing in the moonlight. But most of all, there was love. Love without condition. Love without expectations. And Amanda knew this was the kind of family she always wanted. The morning sun was warm, but Amanda's heart was calm. Her suitcase sat neatly in the boot of the black car, side by side with Ada's. The driver waited quietly, engine humming. Ada adjusted her simple gown, her eyes full of wonder and excitement. "I still can't believe this is happening," Ada said, smiling. Amanda looked at her friend and chuckled. "Believe it. Tomorrow we fly." But before they could leave for the airport, Amanda had one more thing to do. "Let's stop by my parents' house," she said. Ada nodded. The car turned down the dusty village road, the same one Amanda had walked many times with old slippers and a tired heart. Now, she sat in the back seat of a sleek, shining car, dressed in smart jeans and a white blouse that hugged her like confidence. Her hair was neatly styled, her skin glowing. As the car pulled up in front of her family compound, the sound of the engine brought everyone out. Her father stepped out first, confused. "Amanda." Her mother followed and gasped. "Amanda, is this you?" Her siblings peeked through the window, wide-eyed, silent. Amanda stepped out calmly. The air grew still. Her father stammered, We heard you left the village. We didn't know you were doing well." Her mother dropped to her knees, tears already running down her cheeks. My daughter, please forgive us. We didn't know what we were doing." Her younger brother, the same one who mocked her just days ago, looked at the ground. "I'm sorry, Amanda." Amanda looked at each of them, her voice calm but firm. "I'm not angry. I've forgiven you," she said. "But I've learned something important. I can't let people treat me badly just because I help them." They stayed quiet, listening. "I'll help when I can," she continued, "but I'm not your ATM anymore. I have boundaries now. Please respect them." Her mother sobbed louder. Her father wiped his eyes. Amanda stepped back into the car. Ada joined her. As the car pulled away, Amanda didn't feel bitter. She didn't feel sad. She felt free. She reached for Ada's hand. "To new beginnings," she said. Ada smiled. "To real love and true friendship." The airport was cold, loud, and filled with people rushing in all directions, but Amanda and Ada stood still, holding hands tightly. "This is it," Amanda whispered, a soft smile on her lips. Ada nodded, blinking back tears. "Our new beginning." They looked at each other and laughed quietly, their suitcases rolling behind them as they walked toward the boarding gate. When the plane took off, they held hands again, the sky stretching wide and free outside the window. In America, life was not perfect, but it was theirs. They worked hard, side by side, early mornings, late nights, sore fingers, tired eyes, but their hearts were full of hope. Exactly 1 year later, they launched their dream fashion brand, Amanda, a name that held both of their stories. The brand took off quickly. Orders poured in from both Nigeria and the US. Social media buzzed. Magazines called. The girls who once shared a small bed in a dusty village now owned a fashion house that inspired young women across 2 continents. Amanda smiled often now. Her laughter returned. So did her glow. And then came love. She met Chuka, a calm, kind-hearted Nigerian man living in the US. He wasn't flashy or loud. He listened, truly listened. He respected her work, cheered her on, and never asked for more than she was willing to give. When he proposed, it wasn't with a crowd or camera. Just a quiet dinner and a simple ring. Amanda said yes with tears in her eyes. They got married in a small ceremony in a garden, surrounded by close friends. Ada stood proudly by her side, holding her bouquet. As the sun set that evening, Amanda stood alone for a moment, taking it all in: the soft music, the warm air, the scent of fresh flowers, the peace in her heart. She wasn't just successful. She wasn't just loved. She was finally free. And for the first time in years, Amanda whispered to herself, smiling through her tears, This is what peace feels like." Story lovers, what do you think about Amanda's decision? Was she right to forgive her family but set strict boundaries? Or should she have completely cut them off after how they treated her? If you were in Amanda's shoes, what would you have done differently? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about forgiveness, family, and knowing your worth. Like, share, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring and emotional stories like this one.